Well, good afternoon, everybody out there in YouTube land. Today is May 3rd. It's actually a really nice day today. I think we're hitting 73, 74 degrees. Slight breeze. Birds are chirping. Just a nice spring day. Not quite as far along as it is down there by Mr. Heavy Chevy. We've only cut the grass once up here and the leaves are still trying to, come out, but it's getting there. So what's been going on in my wacky little world? Just lots of stuff going on. But drove that little guy, big car, little car, whatever you want to look at it, but drove that one, got about 200 miles on it this weekend already. Model A on Friday, a group of us went up to Doc's Harley-Davidson up near Shawnee, Wisconsin. Anybody who doesn't know who Doc is, or Doc's Harley-Davidson, probably just easier if you just Google it and you can read all about it. But interesting place, interesting guy. It was fun talking to him. But put 250 miles on the Model A on Friday, and that trip started out at 38 degrees. Granted, it ended at like 68 degrees, so it wasn't a bad day, but it was cold in the beginning. And we got this monster here. Let's see if it'll come into focus here. Some of you may know what this is already. Some of you might not have any clue, especially if you're new. Yes, I know, it's not a quadrijet. I had one on there. It just didn't like the being on there, so had this threw it on there quick. But this is the engine for Orange Peel, which is, right there. Been slowly building this motor for the last 2 years. Pretty pathetic in my opinion, but I finally did get it, so she's broken and everything. Haven't played with it much today. Been busy doing other stuff, but I broke it in last night. Everything looks good. I changed the oil on it already after the break-in. So we can fire it up. I did have it running a second ago, and that's what kind of made me think about making a video, because you probably figured out I haven't made a video in a while. It says 50, but you can't see it, but 50 pounds oil pressure at idle. As you remember, this is just a truck motor, nothing wild, nothing spectacular, just, just a truck motor. But this carburetor runs a lot better than that quadribog. And I wanted to put a quadribog on there, but it just didn't want to cooperate. Other than that, there's really nothing else in the shop. Hey, look, another transmission. Would you look at that? I don't know. I think we're on number 6 or 7 this year. I got parts and pieces, and there's another one over there in the corner that I think I'm going to build for myself. Just have another spare. But just getting into this one. This was today's project. Actually, it's in pretty decent shape. Guy's putting it in a... man, I forget. I think it's a 65 or 66 Chevy pickup he's been building. And it worked fine. He said it just leaked horribly. So you heard through the grapevine I rebuild transmissions dirt cheap. He's like, he called me up and we're going to do it. So it's already cleaned out. I already had it in the hot tank. Everything's nice and clean. So that's ready to go back together. I just gotta put the bushing in the end here, put her on my engine stand and assembly. But right now I'm just doing all the sub-assemblies. Got my clutches to do. I gotta still take the oil pump apart, rebuild that, or pretty much clean it, and then put the new piston rings in. A couple other pieces I gotta go through yet before we can start putting her together. I had a B&M shift kit in it. We're gonna take that out because most people don't like them, and I'm not real fond of them either. Bolt motor, probably 2 weeks. He was just up here last night. I do brakes on his truck. So we're making a game plan to getting this in, but that's pretty much raring to go here. I got all the hoses on, wires are in, distributors in, carbs on, intakes on. Just gotta put the plugs in, and I gotta dig up a couple fine thread nuts for this manifold yet. Still gotta pull out the studs for the crank and my petcocks for the drain. Otherwise that block is stripped. Everything I need, and I can go in the scrap pile because I'm sick of looking at it. That guy there has not changed since the last video, so don't worry, nothing's happened. Not that I'm putting it off or anything, but let's just say he ran out of money. This one here, we're hoping a couple weeks we'll get this in that 77 hearse that Jamie has and get this out of here. Not that it's ugly or anything, but it's just big and ugly. And that's about it in a nutshell. TBI 350, I gotta put that in my uncle's Suburban. That's gonna happen here in the next, probably end of the month. I talked to him last night too. So we'll get that up here and get that swapped out. Nothing's fancy, just gonna give it a quick tune up and then a water pump and, you know, slam it in the Suburban and he can drive it again. But that's it. Nothing really fun to report. As you can probably figure, I've just been busy. Yes, I know I haven't been on YouTube hardly at all. It's just, I just don't have time. But I am going to keep trying to get on there. Car show season is coming up. Got a couple surprises this year. Don't be mad at me. It's keeping my beer cold. All right, don't worry, Sam. But some neat stuff coming up. Maybe some insider stuff. We'll see. Things have been happening, so try to include you guys if I can. And that's about it. So with that, we'll talk to y'all later. Cheers.